Hi guys, my name is Trinity, and if you are here, you must be here to talk about books. I have part 2 of May's book haul for you guys. As you can see, part 1 still hasn't been put away. I do think I have one over here that didn't make the first video. That would be Foundry Side and Shorefall. So I have read Foundry Side, but I found Foundry Side and Shorefall for super cheap, had to buy them. We're very excited about it, and I'm so pumped that book 3 is going to come out very soon. But yes, I still need to read Shorefall. I have read Foundry Side, acquired them recently, totally forgot that they were a recent acquire, and don't remember if they were in the last video. I have 2 Fairy Loot books, April's and May's, and then the rest of these are going to be from the buy sell trade. So let's go ahead and start with one of them. I'm going to have a little bit of an issue with, and I need your guys' help solving it. May's Fairy Loot is Book of Night by Holly Black. I purchased Book of Night from Book of the Month. So obviously I'm going to be keeping this one, but if you guys want this one, I will go ahead and do a giveaway for Book of Night, the Book of the Month edition by Holly Black. All you need to do is leave a comment saying that you're interested in the book, and this video will probably go up closer towards the end of the month. So let's say June 15th. June 15th, I will pick a winner for Book of Night. So yes, we have Book of Night as our May book, and she a beauty, she a beauty. Now, I want to say something about adult Fairy Loot. I have noticed we are sticking with YA authors that are going into the adult realm. I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm looking forward to seeing what Holly Black does with an adult book, because her books are usually really dark anyway, and I want to see if she crosses the line instead of towing it. I'm excited. Also, look at these end papers. Look at the naked. She is beautiful. Charlie Hall has never found a lock she couldn't pick, a book she couldn't steal, or a bad decision she wouldn't make. That definitely sounds like a Holly Black book. Going in reverse order, our April book from Fairy Loot was The City of Dusk. Now, I got this a day before I got Book of Night. So these came just last week. But I was like, okay, what's happening? And then I got them one right after the other. For each realm there is a god, and for each god there is an heir. Now, this one also has black sprayed edges. You guys can probably see the Atlas 6 had black sprayed edges. That one is still also available to win in my other video that says giveaway. But this one has the beautiful end papers, the beautiful embossed hardcover. And this says The Dark Gods Book 1. So this is the start of a series. The 4 realms, life, death, light, and darkness all converge on the City of Dusk, ruled by the 4 noble houses of Nexus. But the gods have withdrawn their favor from the once vibrant and thriving city, and without it, all the realms are dying. That's all I need to know. I'm very excited about this. You guys will get a full review of this one for me because I also have the ALC from Hachette Audio, which I just haven't had a chance to get around to listening to it yet, but I'm looking forward to it very, very much. Okay, for our buy, sell, trade picks, I found the first 3 books of the Witcher series. Now, I have been told I might like this, I might not. There's a good chance to go one way or the other. Now, the thing that's going to get me is the wonky timeline, and I do think I will read them in book order, even though it's going to mess up the timeline in my head. But I've been excited for these for quite a while. I know that a lot of my friends either love them or hate them, and you know, I can see why. But I really want to have my 2 cents put in on it. And these were all bound up together as like a group for $6.95. And so I couldn't pass it up. One thing that I didn't know that other people were not aware of is that Nora Roberts writes fantasy. And I knew that. But I guess a lot of other people don't know that she writes actual fantasy books. And so this is the Dragonheart Legacy. In the realm of Talam, a teenage warrior named Keegan emerges from a lake holding a sword representing both power and the terrifying responsibility to protect the Fae. In another realm known as Philadelphia, a young middle school teacher has just discovered she possesses a treasure of her own. So it sounds like we are going to get dual timelines here. And I do have a tendency to dislike dual timelines, but I have a feeling I'm going to like this. I will say Nora Roberts' writing is really easy to read, but it has kind of that Arthurian element to it, and I'm looking forward to that quite a bit. Now, the series that sparked the conversation on Discord where I was like, this isn't romance. I hope you know that this isn't romance, was Chronicles of the One, starting with year 1. I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about the book I started reading during the pandemic that's about a pandemic and everybody dies and everybody's fighting because only the magic users survived. That would be this book right here. I didn't own it. My mom had let me borrow it. And so whenever I found these at the buy sell trade, I was like, oh yeah, sure. I will buy them. I've only read year 1 because the whole pandemic thing, I was like, I got to get over that first. But yeah, there is a medical something. So something happens and it kills off a good part of the population, and the people that survive have magic and they are not doing well on their own. There's a lot of things that remind me kind of like The Walking Dead of this first book at least, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I probably will have to reread year 1 because I've kind of blocked it out with the whole pandemic thing. I've just kind of been like, let's forget that book existed and that I read it in the middle of a pandemic. But yes, I've been very excited to continue on with this series. Another book that I have read, Hall of Smoke by H.M. Long. I don't know what stopped me from picking up this book before. I've wanted it. I think it's even on my Amazon wish list, but I just never bought it. Now I need to buy the second book and read it. But I love this book. I thought it was so good. This is Norse inspired, and H.M. Long's writing is just really good. This is one of those books where you're in the character's mind a lot, and she's going through a lot of emotional turmoil because she just watched her family die. So if you like that kind of thing, I would highly recommend it. If you don't pick it up. So I found this little novella called Driftwood by Marie Brennan. I've never read anything by Marie Brennan, and I think novellas are a really good way to get a grasp of a author's writing style. And I've been wanting to read the memoirs of Lady Trent. I just have never, I don't know. There's the way people talk about it. I'm not sure if I'm going to love it. And the books are beautiful, but they're also usually really expensive. And so I've put off buying it. I've put off listening to it. However, when I saw this is beautiful. And I was like, okay, I'm going to give this a try. Fame is rare in Driftwood. It's hard to get famous if you don't stick around long enough for people to know you. But many know the guide. Last, a one-blooded survivor who has seen his world in many lifetimes ago. For Driftwood is a strange place of slow apocalypses, where the continents eventually crumble into mere neighborhoods, pulled inexorably toward the center in the crush. Cultures clash, countries fall, and everything eventually disintegrates. Within the shreds, a rumor goes around that Last has died. Drifters come together to commemorate him, but who really was Last? Lying liar or heroic savior? A mercenary, a charlatan, a legend, a man, an immortal, perhaps even a god. It sounds so strange and so up my alley that I'm just like, okay, I'm intrigued. I gotta know what this is all about. As you guys know, I picked up Every Heart a Doorway not too long ago. And whenever I was at the buy sell trade, they had Beneath the Sugar Sky and Down Among the Sticks and Bones. These are also in the Wayward Children series. I've heard you don't have to read them in order. I don't know what the order is. I know Every Heart a Doorway was the first one published, but I've also heard that some people recommend starting in a different place. But I'm very excited to get to these. And middle game. So I haven't heard many people talk about this. I know it's popular. I know it's like insanely popular, but nobody talks about this. And maybe it's because it's older, but I only know Roger and Dodger. That's the only thing I know about this. However, I have always been intrigued by the cover, and I've always been intrigued by the fact that it's a little weird. That's the one thing I hear about it, is that it's a little weird. Sentences were invented so Seanan McGuire could write them. Okay. But yeah, I'm very excited to get into this. And when I posted this on my Discord, there's a couple of people who were like, oh my gosh, Middle Game is so good. So I'm excited too. And they do have similar reading taste to me. So I am excited to delve into this and see what it has to offer. So these next two, I have been told time and time again that I need to read John Dies at the End by David Wong, and that David Wong is brilliant. Well, I've never been able to find John Dies at the End, and I knew it was a series, so I was like, okay, well, if I can't find one, then there's no sense in buying the other, unless they're $1. So, John Dies at the End is the first in this series. I'm going to have to buy it from Amazon. But this book is full of spiders, is book 2. What the hell did I just read is book 3. And yeah, I still don't own John Dies at the End, but now I own the other 2. All right, that's it for me today. Like, subscribe, do all the fun things, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.